Hey everyone, how are you doing? It's a Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. Glad you're able to join me today. As you're hopping on, just let me know who you are, where you're coming in from. If you're watching a replay, hit hashtag replay. Today is an interesting topic because I experienced it this morning and I was able to get out of it. It's not that it doesn't happen every once in a while, but sometimes when hits the fan, and when hits the fan, it usually splatters everywhere, right? So when one thing goes wrong, another thing goes wrong, and everything just starts to catapult, right? So what do you do when that happens? And I'm sure all my moms out there who are still homeschooling their kids, and you're probably thinking, okay, I have to get out to work, or I have a business to run, and I still got my kids to get organized for school and everything. And one thing after another keeps going wrong. And you're saying to yourself, how could I be grateful for all of this? So, like, my challenge this morning was that I was supposed to sit down and do my gratitude writing, my gratitude journal. All right. And a million things were going wrong. The computer wasn't working, my phone wasn't working. It's like I started doing this thing where I'm taking my phone off and putting it on airplane mode at night, put it to charge. But somehow when I wake up and I take it off airplane mode, it goes from 100% to 5% in like 10 minutes, right? Maybe it's the flood of all the messages coming in. So the phone wasn't working, and I've got people coming to the house and expecting this one and expecting that one, and I'm just like, I can't function, right? And then, of course, you've got your work to do. So you're trying to get computers working. Your children have to do their work on their homeschool computers, all right? And those computers aren't working, and you're thinking to yourself, could anything else go wrong? And then you got a 9:30 meeting, and babies are crying, and you don't hear anything in the meeting at all. But you were there, all right? Have you ever had that kind of morning? Well, yes. So, and then I said, I need to write in my journal. What could I be grateful for? This has been such a horrid morning. And then I said to myself, you're grateful that you've had a morning. There's some people who didn't wake up this morning, right? And then you should be grateful that you have a computer for it to not work. Because there's some people who, during this lockdown time, they haven't had the opportunity to be able to teach their children online because they don't have a computer. They don't have access to the internet. All right. You should be grateful that you're able to have people come and clean the house or whatever is the case may be because, you know, there's some people who don't have that. You should be grateful that you have breakfast. Breakfast. All right. Um, because some people don't have that. All right. And that was the type of and then I walked outside and it's been raining all day, and grateful that you have them to send them out, right? um and I looked at the hills, and I don't know if anybody's ever looked at your environment around you, and because it's raining, everything looks so nice and fresh now, right? Everything looks nice and fresh, but then you're still seeing the dryness from the fires and from the dry periods that we've been going through. It's been very hot and very dry, and when I looked up on the hills, you're seeing spots of green, and then there's this dryness, and the dryness looks fresh. You ever seen that where you're seeing all of this bright green, and then there's this brown from the dry season, the bushfires that have been going on. And I looked at it and I saw beauty. And I said, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I can see. So whenever things seem to be going wrong and things seem to be just catapulting, if you could take a pause for a minute and just look, observe, listen, feel, smell, hear, all of a sudden gratitude comes back in to you, and you see that nothing's really wrong. Right? Nothing's really wrong. And I've heard this a million times. You start with gratitude. Everything you do, you start with gratitude. Every business coach I've ever had, one of the first things they always teach you on is gratitude. And it's something that I practice and have practiced. And it's something that I really want to get at as the first thing in the morning. All right. Yes, you do it maybe around 9 o'clock in the morning, right? You have to get breakfast for the kids and all of that stuff. But when you start your day with gratitude, things start to taper off. I'm on this live right now because my computer started working. Guess when? After I was able to see, hear, feel, touch, smell, and be thankful that I'm able to do that this morning. And when we look at the little things, right? The little things that we're grateful for and the little things that we do, we seem to see things in a different light. And then I'm not saying that maybe my computer needed a rest. Okay, maybe I was working it too hard and maybe it needed a rest. But when you remove yourself from a situation, sometimes you've got to take a step back and let it taper out itself, and then everything starts to work again. So today is Friday and it's been a rough week for many people around the world. I want everybody to look at what they are grateful for in life. And let's start to look at the positives because earlier this week, at the beginning of the week, I shared a live from the CEO and co founder of YEP, Young Entrepreneur Project. Um, I shared that, and one of the things that he said in there was that entrepreneurs are always looking to build up other people, develop people, find the good in people, and build up a community. And that's what entrepreneurship is. Whether you when you look at it, small business owners, when we have Small Business Saturday, all right, you're building your community, you're trying to develop and lift up a community, lift up a people. Let's do that today by starting to be grateful for what we can see, hear, smell, and touch. Let's be grateful, move into the weekend with gratitude, and let it catapult into your week for next week as we start. So I wanted to just put a caveat here in terms of my lives. I did say Monday to Friday 12:30, but I've got to change that. It's Monday to Wednesday 12:30 and Friday 12:30. Because on Thursdays I and my business partner we do a live at 10:30. So I don't want to come on too many times and bombard your news feed. But today I really wanted to just leave you with that message for the weekend. Have a great one. This is Hillary, the marketing mom. Bye, everybody.